The fifth immutable principle of a dynamic culture is to let people know what you expect. Everybody has expectations about everything. And the hardest expectations to meet are the ones you don't know about. When my daughter was, I think 5, we had this party for her. She had all her friends there. She got all these gifts. It was a magical day. And as I was putting her to bed that night, I said to her, Isabel, did you have a great day today? And she started crying. She just burst into tears. I said, what's wrong, baby? She said, I got so many presents, but I didn't get the one thing I really wanted. I said to her, well, what was the one thing you really wanted? And she told me about it, and it was like this little thing. It cost like $7. And I said to her, baby, did you tell mommy that you wanted that? She said, no. I said, did you tell me that you wanted that? Did I forget? She said, no. The hardest expectations to meet are the ones you don't even know about. And here's the thing, everybody has expectations about everything. And so if you're in relationship with people, if you are leading people, if you're managing a team, you've got to get clear about what your expectations are of them and what their expectations are of you. I encourage leaders, if you have direct reports, if people are reporting directly to you, I encourage leaders, take a blank sheet of paper and write down what it is you expect of that person. Okay? Write that down. Give that person a blank sheet of paper and ask that person to write down what they think you expect of them. It's a mind-boggling experience because what you will discover is there's an enormous gap. Almost every time there's an enormous gap between what you expect of that direct report and what that direct report thinks that you expect of them. But it's only by exploring these expectations that we can get on the same page. Because if we don't get on the same page, what happens is a gap emerges. I call it the expectations gap. It's the gap that exists and grows between what people expect to happen and what actually happens. People have expectations about everything. People have expectations about everything. They go in the grocery store, they buy washing detergent, they expect that the washing detergent will get their clothes clean. If that doesn't happen, a gap emerges between what they expect to happen and what actually happens, and what fills the gap. Something has to fill the gap, and 5 things always fill the expectations gap: disappointment, resentment, anger, frustration, and loss of trust. The expectations gap can kill a brand. Literally, you can take $1 billion brand and the expectations gap could kill that brand in 72 hours. That's how powerful the expectations gap is. Expectations gap can kill a relationship. Any relationship, it can kill that relationship. And that's why it's so important to get clear about what we expect of other people, to invite other people to express to us what they expect of us. In every relationship, at work, at home, it's critically important that we let people know what we expect of them. There's a great kindness in that. At work, every employee deserves to know where they stand. They should know, are they succeeding or are they failing? It is the role of a leader to make sure that people know what is expected of them and whether they are meeting those expectations or failing to meet those expectations. The fifth immutable principle of a dynamic culture: let people know what you expect.